Hello. Today's Sunday, May 26, 2024. I'm Jason Shapiro with crowdedmarketreport.com. I thought this week I'd go back and take a look at what we were doing earlier in the year, which we're calling this Don't Trade Fade series, where we put together a bunch of portfolios to track and see how they did relative to the S&P 500. And I started with, Dan Nathan's trades where he gives his disclosures, because I think he's one of the biggest fades out there. And got lost in a little bit because he does a lot of options trades. He doesn't really give the price at which they're done. Sometimes the trades are a little delayed. So got a little bit lost in that and wasn't able to track it perfectly. But I mean, just as an example, you look at what he has on right now, according to his disclosure, long Nike call. Okay. Nike in the last month is down 2.5%. Probably not working. XLE, July call spread. XLE is down 4.5% in the last month. Probably not working. XLK, June put spread. XLK is up 7.7% in the last month. Probably not working. USO, which is also oil, call spread. USO is down 6.3% in the last month. Probably not working. Tesla, July put. Tesla's up 6.5% in the last month. Probably not working. Walmart, which he did right before the earnings, by the way. June put spread. Walmart's up 8.7% in the last month. Probably not working. Okay. So that's the general view of Dan Nathan. To be a little bit more specific on portfolios. So we did a few portfolios. This one was the Barron's Roundtable. Okay. We took all their picks and we put an equal amount of dollars into each one of their picks. These are the top of the top stock market picking experts, right? And what they've done so far this year, as you can see, is this portfolio is up 1.67%. While the S&P's up, almost 12%. And they have just underperformed the whole way through, right? These are the top experts, according to Barron's, right? That's that trade. This I call the consensus fade, which is what I took from the CNBC end of year picks for the year. And I took the ones that I thought were the most consensus by the people. And this is how they have done. They are doing a little better. They're up 6%. Versus the S&P up about 12. So they've gotten about half the S&P return. Completely underperformed on the way up and the way down, but so they've gotten half the S&P return. So if you were long S&P and short this on a dollar equal basis, you've made 6%, essentially risk-free. This is alphabetical. So we just took the first 24 stocks alphabetically, just to be as random as we could. That's clearly underperformed as well. It's up 2.79%, which, by the way, is better than the Barron's experts. Okay, so just taking the first 24 stocks in the S&P 500 alphabetically has beaten the experts in Barron's. But still, way underperformed the S&P. And then this was ChatGPT. Okay, we just said pick 24 stocks in the S&P 500, and this one's done quite well. Underperformed the S&P by a little bit, but has done better than all the other portfolios. Just going, and of course, that's because one of the stocks they picked was NVIDIA. And we didn't give it any kind of thing. We just said pick 24 stocks. Why ChatGPT would come up with NVIDIA, who knows? But even within its being the best portfolio here, still underperformed the S&P. So I think the point is made here. Dan Nathan's losing on every one of his trades. Okay. And that doesn't even include the clears he's closed. And he's probably closed out a few winners, but he's closed out so many losers, shorting SMH, buying puts on SMH all the time, But every one of these portfolios is underperformed. And the interesting one, of course, being the Barron's one, has just gotten destroyed. I mean, you're talking about it's 10%. If you had bought the S&P 500 and shorted all the picks by these Barron's experts, you're up 10%, essentially risk-free, or at least market neutral, right? A market that's beating, okay, the long-short hedge fund equity index, which isn't equally long-short. They're usually, leaning to the long side, as they should, but they have shorts against it. This is 100% long $100 of S&P, short $100, distributed equally among these 24 stocks that were the best picks by Barron's. and you're up 10% on the year. So this is the point. Don't trade fade. Go opposite the consensus of these experts. It works, okay, in many different forms. All right, that's about it. Thought I'd point it out. Hope you enjoyed. Check us out on crowdedmarketreport.com. Sign up for our free Substack, and please like the video if you enjoyed it. Thank you. I hope everybody has a good holiday weekend, and we'll talk again.